Hey, what's up everybody? It is your host again, Chris the YouTuber, and in this show I was going to do a rundown of the UFC Fight Night 143. So I've only done one other one of these where I gave some predictions, but in this one it's not a pay-per-view card, but I definitely feel like there's some really big matches in this, and the main event being TJ Dillashaw and Cejudo, and of course Cejudo being the highlight and beating Demetrius Johnson in a split decision, even though it was close and it was only a split decision. With that being said, he's the only person ever to defeat Demetrius Johnson, and so that was kind of crazy because nobody really saw that coming. Because Demetrius Johnson in the flyweight division, I believe, has been undefeated. The last person to beat him was Dominic Cruz, but he was a bantamweight, so he had no choice but to fight a bantamweight. But I think he was perfect down there at flyweight. But Cejudo ended up beating him, becoming the champion, and so that's how the story unfolded. But now, with the whole controversy of Dana White cutting the whole flyweight division and having Cejudo move up to the bantamweight, which he says he's comfortable with, but I think it's going to be too much. I think he had his time. He'll go down in history as being the only guy to beat Demetrius Johnson, and being the last flyweight champion. So I think he's already made his mark. But with that being said, I think that it's kind of done and over with because he's not going to beat TJ Dillashaw. I think TJ Dillashaw is one of the best champions. He has almost no holes in his game. His last loss that I can remember at all was, I think, a split decision to Dominic Cruz, which a lot of people are saying that he could have won, so even that may have been unjustified. So other than that, I don't think I've ever seen the guy lose, like, at all. So I'm going to take TJ Dillashaw in the main event. But also some of the other fights we have in the card, we have Greg Hardy and Crowder, which I don't know much about Crowder. I don't really know a whole lot about Greg Hardy either, but apparently he's pretty good. So I guess I'll take Greg Hardy in this. This will be probably the first fight that I'm actually paying close attention to, so I'll see what he has to bring, but I'll take Greg Hardy, I guess, in the co-main event. And then also Gregor Gillespie and Yancy Medeiros. And I'll tell you, I'm excited for this one because Conor Gillespie, I was going to say Conor McGregor, Conor Gillespie, I think is very, very overlooked. I think that he's one of the best fighters in all of the UFC, and I think I said before, hands down, if you match him up against anybody, I will always take Conor Gillespie, and so I got to take him in this one. I think he's gonna, hands down, gonna win easily, gonna win impressively. I am a big Gillespie fan. I think he needs more recognition, and I think if he gets an impressive win, I think more people will start taking him more seriously. But man, I have seen some of his highlights, and he's one of the best fighters, hands down, in all of the UFC. So Gillespie over Medeiros. And then the other matchup, Benavidez and Dustin Ortiz. I got to take Benavidez. I haven't seen a whole lot of Dustin Ortiz, but I know Benavidez knows how to get the job done, so I can't bet against him. So Benavidez over Ortiz. And then Paige Van Zandt, and I can't even pronounce the other fighter's name, but the same thing with that. Van Zandt has proven herself, so I got to take her in that. And with that being said, the last fight, Glover Teixeira and Cubata, I probably didn't pronounce that right. It's Ion Cubata. But here's the thing is, I'm going to take Ion in this last fight, because Glover Teixeira, even though he's proven himself, you know that he's good, I think he's kind of on a downhill slide right now. I don't think he has the momentum, so I think Ion is going to get this win, and he's going to get more recognition. But I'm sure you guys are going to throw me in the fire for saying this, but I think Glover Teixeira, his time is disintegrating in the UFC. I don't think he's at the caliber that he used to be, so I don't think he's going to win this one. So I'm going to take Ion in the last fight of this little preview. But anyway, so those are my predictions for the UFC Fight Night 143. I hope you liked the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and it would mean the world to me if you can click the button over here and subscribe. So with that being said, I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you guys next time.